There was a time when humans didn't think like us. No future plans, no written words, no why. And then, suddenly, everything changed. Humans began to imagine what wasn't there, to question the sky, to record time, to believe in things they couldn't see. This wasn't evolution. This was a mental revolution, and history barely talks about it. For over 200,000 years, humans lived almost the same way. They hunted. They survived. They reacted. But then, around 10,000 to 5,000 years ago, something extraordinary happened. Humans didn't just learn new skills. They learned new ways to think. And once that door opened, there was no going back. Early humans lived almost entirely in the present moment. Their thinking was survival-based, instinct-driven. Short-term, they didn't plan years ahead. They didn't write history. They didn't imagine invisible systems. Life was simple but limited. Humans reacted to the world. They didn't try to understand it. Then came something scientists still struggle to explain. A sudden explosion of symbolism, art, language, mathematics, rituals. Cave paintings appeared. Burials became meaningful. Objects became symbols. Humans started asking, what does this mean? That question changed everything. Language didn't just help humans communicate, it restructured thought. For the first time, humans could describe the past, imagine the future, share abstract ideas, build collective knowledge. Once thoughts could be shared, ideas could survive generations. This is when culture was born. Before writing, knowledge died with people. After writing, knowledge outlived humans. Ideas became systems. Power became organized. Writing created laws, religion, science, history, and something else. Control. Those who controlled knowledge controlled civilization. Humans began believing in things they couldn't see. Gods, time, numbers, nations, laws. None of these physically exist, yet they run the world. This was the great mental upgrade. Humans stopped seeing the world only as it was, and started seeing it as it could be. Ancient humans didn't experience time like we do. Then calendars appeared. Suddenly, days mattered, years mattered, history mattered. Time turned from experience into measurement. And once time could be measured, it could be controlled. Why did humans build massive structures? Not for survival, for belief. Temples, monuments, pyramids. They were physical proof of shared thinking. Civilizations aren't built with stone. They're built with ideas everyone agrees on. Think about it. Humans convinced millions of people to believe in invisible borders, imaginary money, concepts like Monday. Honestly, that's impressive. This mental shift didn't happen in one place. It appeared in Mesopotamia, in Egypt, in the Indus Valley, in China, in Mesoamerica. Different cultures, same transformation, which raises a disturbing question. Was this discovery or something remembered? Some researchers believe humans didn't suddenly evolve. They activated dormant cognitive potential. A switch flipped. And once it did, the human story accelerated at an impossible speed. This new way of thinking brought progress, power, knowledge, but also anxiety, control, fear of the future. Humans stopped living in the world and started living inside their minds. Here's the uncomfortable truth. We still use thinking systems created thousands of years ago. Same calendars, same power structures, same beliefs. Technology changed, but thinking, not as much as we assume. One of the most underestimated changes in human thinking was this. Humans began talking to themselves, not out loud, inside their minds. This internal dialogue allowed humans to reflect, judge themselves, plan, regret, imagine alternatives. Before this, humans experienced life. After this, they interpreted life. The mind became a place, not just a reaction. Early humans didn't need symbols. But once thinking changed, A mark could represent an animal. A sound could represent an idea. A symbol could represent power. Symbols allowed humans to store information, transfer knowledge, manipulate meaning, and eventually control perception. Religion wasn't just belief. It was a mental operating system. It provided meaning to suffering, structure to chaos, rules for behavior, unity for large groups. Religion allowed millions to think together. That alone changed history. Before the thinking shift, humans could only trust small groups. After the shift, humans trusted shared ideas. A stranger became trustworthy if he believed in the same God, followed the same laws, respected the same symbols. This allowed cities, empires, trade networks, armies. Civilization was born in the mind before it appeared on land. Early humans feared predators, hunger, weather. Later humans feared the future, judgment, failure, death after death. Thinking created invisible fears. This made humans more cautious, more obedient, more controllable. Thinking was powerful, but dangerous. Ancient humans experimented constantly. Farming techniques, metalworking, medicine, astronomy. But they didn't call it science. They called it sacred knowledge, divine instruction, hidden wisdom. Knowledge became selective. Not everyone was meant to know. Today, knowledge is shared. In the ancient world, knowledge was protected. Why? Because knowledge shaped thinking, and thinking shaped power. Priests, scribes, scholars, they controlled how society understood reality. Ancient humans once accepted the world as it was. After the thinking change, they needed explanations. Why does the sun rise? Why do we die? Why does lightning strike? When answers didn't exist, humans created them. Myths weren't lies. They were early frameworks of understanding. Monuments weren't built just to impress. They were built to fix ideas into reality, make beliefs permanent, teach generations without words. Stone remembered when humans forgot. Earlier humans saw time as a cycle. Seasons, birth and death, renewal. After the shift, time became linear. Progress, goals, destinations. This single change created ambition, created stress, created hierarchy. The future became more important than the present. Before, morality was instinctive. After, morality was written. Laws replaced intuition. Rules replaced relationships. Society became predictable, but less personal. Early humans were part of nature. After the thinking shift, humans became individuals. I am this. I believe that. I belong here. Identity created. Pride. Conflict. Loyalty. War. Thinking didn't just build civilization, it divided it. The most mysterious part. This shift occurred independently across the world. Same patterns, same structures, same thinking tools. This suggests human minds were always capable, but something unlocked them. Some theories suggest environmental pressure, climate changes, population density. Others suggest cognitive thresholds, neurological development, and some suggest humanity remembered something ancient. No proof, but too many coincidences to ignore. Look around. AI thinking for us, algorithms shaping beliefs, attention replacing knowledge. We may be approaching another mental transformation. But unlike the first one, this one isn't natural. What if humanity thinks, overthinks, resets? What if ancient humans weren't primitive, but balanced? And modern humans, brilliant but disconnected? Ancient thinking emphasized observation, presence, connection. Modern thinking emphasizes speed, productivity. Consumption, we gain knowledge, but lost awareness. If humans once changed the way they think and forgot how they used to think, what else have we forgotten? And more importantly, who decides what we remember next? And this leads to a dangerous question. If humans once changed the way they think Could it happen again? And if it does, who decides what we become next? In the next video, we'll explore what ancient humans knew about consciousness that modern science still can't explain. Because the biggest mystery isn't our past, it's what we forgot how to think about.